right, we're checking out the only game where you can force the entire solar system to lose so much weight that it kills everything around you. It's Universe Sandbox. Universe Sandbox is a game where everything that is more is better. But what happens when you make everything less? To the point where your neighbor is like 30 feet from the lawn of your planetary system. My plan today is to take something that's normally very large, which is to say our solar system, and continue to shrink it down further and further and see what happens. Obviously, planet Earth is always the favorite of all the planets. The sun likes us the most. Or maybe considering how much agony we have to go through on a daily basis, the sun hates us the most. I'm not really sure. But my plan is, I want to take all the things in the solar system and compact them, and bring all of the orbits inward, and then see what it does to the different planets. Obviously, Mercury's just gonna burn faster. But what about something like Mars? Also, what happens when something like Jupiter ends up like over here? So right now, we can take a look at all these different planets. Venus is obviously super hot because it's basically Florida. The entire planet is just one giant Florida. Like, we can come over here, we can look at Venus, we can turn off the atmosphere. No, you know what you're gonna see? Sadness, okay? Burning sadness. It looks like a giant Cheeto-flavored tumor. In fact, you know what? That's your new name. Perfect. I named Earth Juiced, not because it has all of the best loot, but because we're going to be squeezing it until nothing's left. All right, first things first. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of like work our way outward and slowly move things inward. So obviously we have Pluto over here, still considered a dwarf planet. Isn't that nice? Is it as tumorous as Venus? Yeah, probably. It's very lumpy. You can see all of the different lumps. Negative 232 degrees Celsius. All right, Pluto, we're just gonna, not a ton, okay? We're just gonna shrink you right where Neptune used to be, okay? Like that right there. And because I don't want Neptune to be in the way, we'll move Neptune in too. Neptune, you can move like half of where Uranus would be. Right there. Perfect. Go ahead and start things back on here. We'll move it along. We'll move it along, move time along here. There we are. Yes, Pluto's looking much better now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some facts here about Neptune. Yeah, you can see the temperature not really changing at all. Doesn't look like us bringing in these planets has done anything. In fact, the only thing it's done is it's slowing Pluto down. Pluto is becoming a lazier dwarf planet. That is what is happening. Its orbital period, 183 now. That's how long it takes to orbit. 180, oh, hold on, we're getting faster. Not really sure why, could just be where it is in orbit. Yeah, other than that though, very, very little has changed. Now, we spoke about Uranus, but we didn't really do anything to it. Let us grab Uranus. There we are. And we're gonna go ahead and move you in as well. We're gonna put you right about, yeah, that looks good. There we go. There we go. You can see Uranus is now on the freeway, driving well, nice and strong. Again, there are a couple of celestial bodies. Hopefully Uranus doesn't shoot them like a shotgun over to Earth. Okay, temperature of Uranus going up. Finally, someone is getting some level of effect over here. Are we getting any closer to an Earth-like planet? My guess is absolutely not. Never mind, it is 12%. Hey, the life likelihood is going up. How about that? Not really sure I believe in that. You might be able to get like 1 or 2 Canadians into Uranus because negative 219 degrees Celsius. It seems difficult. It seems like your Starbucks would freeze immediately. All right, so we've squeezed most of the outer planets. Now we have to start working on some of the inner ones. Now the only problem is when you start moving things like, you know, Jupiter and Earth that are already not very far away, you gotta be a little careful because you could end up murdering everyone very, very quickly. So let us take Saturn. We're gonna shrink this down by half. There we go. Grab Jupiter, shrink that down by, okay, that's getting close to a couple other planets. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, Jupiter's temperature starting to go up. Saturn's temperature kind of just staying where it is. Hey, Jupiter, how you doing? Are you pulling any planets around? You're not like slaying anyone, are you? Temperature is going up, okay? The temperature of Jupiter has gone up substantially to the point where there's still absolutely no life likelihood. But it is almost 25% of the Earth similarity. Oddly enough, if you take the atmosphere away from Jupiter, it doesn't even let you. You can hide the dust clouds. That's about it. All right, I'm gonna have to drag you guys way out here on the sides in a little bit further. You're still way too far out. Pluto, we're gonna really crank it up on you. There we go. Neptune, same. Bam, right there. Big. Uranus, yep. You too. Here we go. Yeah, Uranus is getting much, much hotter.
Space phrasing.
209. Okay, 208. Yeah. I'm curious if it will change how the planets look at all. Like if the color will change or anything, or I don't know, some of the different poles will melt and maybe there'll be some liquid sadness. I've never really done this. I've never really squeezed the entirety of the solar system in on itself. Composition looking like, ooh. Okay, hold on. I want to watch this for a second. Oh, yeah, look at that. There's all kinds of microbes and whatnot that could be budding over here in Uranus.
Fine, whatever. No more phrasing.
Also, now it's even better friends with Neptune. Yeah, Neptune's doing pretty good, too. Life likelihood still going up. All right, we're going to go closer to the center, like where the sun is. Just grab the sun, head on in. There we go. Now, Mercury, obviously, you're starting off at 156 degrees Celsius. I am, however, going to drag you half as close, like this. I don't know if you're gonna just shoot directly into the sun. That's what we're here to find out. Not really sure. No, it's still maintaining its distance. The temperature going up a lot. Temperature is, yeah, it's going up about whatever that is, like 50 degrees Celsius. It's not a burning rock, though. That's not bad. Alrighty, Cheeto flavored tumor. You get to get cranked in a little bit as well. And then juiced. This will probably kill most of the people on the planet, but I'd like to see how it changes things. Get some surface information going on over here. I'm gonna do it like 1 month a second or something. 1/10 of a month a second. Let's try that. All right, so here's our current temperature readings of juiced. Looking good. Okay. Starting to go up a little bit. Starting to go up a little bit. Not too much. Okay. 30.8, negative 29.3, kind of that medium right there. Cheeto, right where it's been. Not really changing anything. How many people died from this move? Only like, maybe, oh, they're dying. Oh, they're dying quick. Oh, the temperature is going up super fast now for some reason. It took a minute. It was probably just that time for the rays of the sun to finally like start reaching the planet or something, because yeah, now the mean temperature is up like 10 degrees Celsius or something, and that ended up killing about 10% of the entire life likelihood. The Earth similarity is still super high though. Now I know the most important question in all this that you're wondering. What is the temperature in Florida? Let's find out. Okay. Oh, here we go. Where I'm at, it is 38.4 degrees Celsius. Australia, how you doing, man? Oh, Australia's fine. 15, 17 degrees Celsius? How come they're so much colder? Japan is just like a second Florida. Canada, still doing fine. I'm gonna let time go along a little bit further here. We'll kind of move things along. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, temperature spiking rapidly. All right, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that the temperature of Earth is kind of slowing down. The bad news is that it is currently 116 degrees Celsius in Florida. 13% life likelihood. Ouch. Most of the ice on the poles is gone. That's great. It's starting to look a lot like Venus. You can see how everything now is just covered in a fine sheet of mist. The years are only 7 months long, by the way. Average temperature is 95 degrees Celsius on the planet. Hold on, I want to roll into Earth over here and get kind of like a better look at what it looks like. Oh, Lord. Yeah, see, from like here to here, it's basically like being in the Everglades. Just non-stop fog. I was wrong on the temperature stabilizing. It is still shooting up. Man, look at the average temperature, set 68 degrees Celsius. All right, Mars, you're gonna have to pick up the slack, man. The Earth is basically dead. So we're gonna bring you right about here and see how that does for you. Oh yeah, average temperature. Look at that, spiking up. We might actually have liquid on Mars at this point. Earth similarity, getting there. Life likelihood, still nothing. Now, there is eventually going to get a point where I squeeze everything in so hard that someone's gonna have to fight for dominance, because all of the different, like, rotational periods are gonna start intersecting with one another, and someone's gonna blow up. The orbital period right now is basically where we were with Earth. It is 1 year right about for a year, and 1 day right about for a day. So this is the Goldilocks zone for Mars to actually finally get some life likelihood, which it still doesn't have. All right, just getting some information over here. There's areas on Mars that are only negative 10 degrees Celsius. That's livable. Ice thickness, pretty thick. Liquid depth, going up. Oh, there actually is. You can kind of see the little bits of moisture appearing on Mars every once in a while. Hey! I knew we could get it eventually. Look. Hold on, we gotta go down to the surface and check this out. All right, let's roll. Look at that. Look at that right there. Looking good. Now, to be fair, all of like, you know, the watery stuff is it's just wearing it like a belt. You can kind of see right here. No liquid, no liquid, no liquid, no liquid. All the liquid. And by all the liquid, I mean like there's one area with about like 4 meters of water. Most of it is just like a couple of meters. I'm gonna let this keep going. Look at it go. Look at it go. Oh yeah, here we go. We're getting legit water on Mars now. Okay, temperature is still going down. The average temperature is looking legit. We are almost in the positives for the highest temperature on Mars. Look at this. Look at this. How's the composition looking? Okay, life likelihood still going up. So just because, I'm actually gonna bring in Mars just a little bit more. Let's bring it like right there. See how that does. Okay, there we go. Now we have a positive in the Celsius. Hopefully it doesn't just evaporate all of the water immediately. Again, we are kind of dealing with an atmospheric issue on Mars. Oh, it's kind of spreading out the water now. Well, I say water, I should say liquid. The appearance of Mars has changed. While Mars is flourishing, I have to continue to move everything else in, obviously. Again, Pluto's so far away. I'm just gonna grab it. We're gonna really crank this stuff in. So Neptune, you go in there. Uranus, you go in there. That's kind of concerning because you're kind of intersecting with Saturn's orbit, but I'm sure it'll be just fine. Saturn, you get to move in. Jupiter, you get to move in. There we go. Yeah. It's the worst that can happen. All right. Jupiter's starting to warm up a little bit. Saturn, not really warming up as much. Oh, okay, Uranus, can you not try and overtake Saturn? That'd be great. Is Pluto getting warmer? I'm gonna have to move back to the middle here. I feel like I need to torture Mercury a little bit more. So Mercury, we're gonna go ahead and grab you. You know what to do. Yeah, let's see what that does. I've got to slow down the entirety of the rotations at this point. Because, yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to get a little bit more heat on Mercury. I'm kind of surprised it's still only at like 400. Oh, it's heating up. Hold on. Watch it. Yep, pulsing red. Okay. And whenever it goes past the sun in this short part of the orbit, yeah, I think that's where all the heat's coming from. Starting to get kind of flamey. A little melty on the bottom there. Kind of like getting braised, you know what I mean? Just sitting right on the grill top. All right, Venus, there you go. Get yanked in. So we're gonna go ahead and yank you in. There we go. Yeah, right like there. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the temperature scale here. Already the mid temperature is already like 112, okay, on juiced. So the life likelihood might actually be dropping beneath where Mars is now. Mars is almost going up 2%. Look at that. Still going up, as a matter of fact. Oh, Mars has cloud cover now. Hold on. I didn't realize this had changed. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You have to turn it on and off to see it because it doesn't have a ton of cloud cover, but it is there. Yeah, you know, not a ton of water, but it has some. All right, we got to keep squeezing everything in. Pluto, come here. Yank you in. Uranus, like, yank you in. Neptune, you go in too. There we go. Actually, let's just bring you all the way in here. There we go. It does get close to Saturn every once in a while. That's a little concerning, but whatever. Pluto, are you still super cold? Gone up like 10 degrees. Kind of crazy. Saturn has a life likelihood now. It's not very high. Okay, there's not exactly much to it, but it is there. Jupiter does not. The core temperature of Jupiter is also slightly uncomfortable at like 20,000 degrees Celsius. Mars right now has the best likelihood out of all the planets. It's even better than Earth, where basically everyone has died. All right, no one's crashed into one another yet though, so we can probably bring everything in even more. Now we're really starting to shrink things down. Yep, there we go. And Neptune, crank you in. Saturn, crank you in. Jupiter, where you at? Oh, there he is. All right, pull you in. That looks very concerning, but maybe we'll have our first crash. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of loom on down here. Alrighty, to victory. All right, Jupiter temperature. Negative 109, okay. Negative 108. Gonna be right in Mars's path. That's slightly concerning. Negative 91, negative 89, okay. Coloration's changing a little bit. There's still no life likelihood. Yeah. I think I just pulled Uranus into a slightly tighter orbit. I don't know if you saw it, but Uranus just got jerked around really hard. I feel like Jupiter's gonna end up screwing everyone up. All right, so Jupiter got down to about, an average temperature of negative 70 or so. Still no life likelihood. So let's pull it in further. I'm gonna bring it into about there. And Mars, I'm just gonna bring you in like very, very slightly, like that. Mars has defined poles now. It has cloud cover. It almost just got murdered by Jupiter. Jupiter temperature's down to negative 33 degrees Celsius. Mars life likelihood is still spiking upward. All right, Neptune, you're coming in. You're coming in. All right, things are starting to get really tight. Pluto, you can come. You know what? Yeah, just go crazy, Pluto. Go into there. Perfect. All right, now the question is anyone here about to blow up? Because we're starting to get to the point where the planets are unreasonably close together with one another. And that might cause its own host of problems. Pluto is at negative 182 degrees Celsius, so it's definitely getting warmer. Saturn 130. Neptune 133.
Yikes.
Juiced is completely screwed. It's at 350. Mars is looking great at like 21. Oh, it's gone over 2%. Mainly, I'm more impressed that everyone's like still alive. And no one's run into each other yet. Wait a second. Does Pluto have cloud cover? You see that? Hold on. What is going on over here? Yep. It's a cloudy day on Pluto, everyone. Looking good. What kind of temperature readings we got over here? I mean, it's between cold and cold. On the plus side, though, there is actual liquid depth now. That's more than 25% of the Earth similarity. Wait, what? Don't mind me, Pluto. I'm actually going to bring you in a little bit more because now I'm particularly curious at how Earth-like you can get. You know, we're only going to be able to put like 20 people on you, but whatever. Come here. Yeah, just kind of go all the way in. Let's get you closer to Mars. All right. Negative 130, negative 138. Very good. And there's points where it gets very close to like the sun, like as close as the tumor of destiny. Liquid depth going up. Look at this. Big time. Okay. Negative 100 degrees Celsius. Negative 83. Negative 65. Wow, hold on. It's just Earth. I have literally turned Pluto into Earth. Look at it. It looks gorgeous. We're gonna head down over here. I've got to see it. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Awesome clouds, tons of water, tons of liquid, a good amount of land. What is going on? Beautiful. I like how the clouds are swirling this way here and this way here. Oh, there is water. I mean, there's very little water. Still no life likelihood at all. I wonder what happens if we move it in a little bit more. Okay, temperature's continuing to stabilize. There's not a lot of difference between the lowest temperature and the highest temperature. 50% Earth similarity. Just because, Pluto, now I'm kind of like fixated on you, I'm actually gonna bring you in just a little bit more. Like, that much. Oh, for a short time in its orbit, it gets a life likelihood. Look at it. And then it's gone. And then everyone dies. People only can live there for half of the Plutonian year, so to speak. I'm actually gonna move you in a little bit more. Like that. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Now the life likelihood has fully stabilized and is going up. It's a delicate balance, all right? It's really, really hot on Pluto. Pluto does win the prize for the best looking planet, though. Charisma, score, 20. That is your new name. All right, start things up here. See if anyone immediately crashes. Doesn't look like it. Like everyone's doing very well. The temperature on Jupiter, high. Went up very, very quickly. Is Neptune still freezing? Sort of. Sort of. Not as bad as it had been. But the life likelihood is up, and we are up at 63% of Earth similarity on Neptune. forgot about you too, Uranus. Hold on. We'll drag you in. There you go. Wouldn't want to leave you out. All right, negative 116, 114. Okay, 109, 108. Earth similarity. We've got a strong. We have potential life likelihood. Yeah, Pluto looks more like Earth or like an Earth-like planet than Mars by like a lot. Look at these two different planets. Awesome, sad. All right, Neptune has gotten decently hot. You know, you got a choice between like sweltering and like boiling. Composition-wise, it continues to go up. Yeah, somehow we've managed to get life likelihoods on all of these, including Saturn. All right, time to keep squeezing everything in. There we go. And, oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna get to the part where everyone's gonna die though. Because, you know, everything's gonna get so hot that no one is going to be able to survive. But that's the price you pay. Charisma score, you looked fantastic. I gotta give it to you. One of the best planets, Pluto. I always thought you were a loser. Now you're a winner, but you're going in. The solar system is now very, very small. Yeah, poor charisma. Up to 160, 170 degrees Celsius. So all the life likelihoods have basically gone. Unless you're on Neptune. Nothing's crashed, though. So we're going to go ahead and suck this in even further. Jupiter, Charisma, the Tumor, Saturn. Oh, boy. Mars. Okay. Things are getting real tight around here. Oh, God. All right. There we go. It's one big happy family. Everyone's very close right now. Planets are starting to get jerked around quite a bit. That is happening. Oh, Neptune. How could I forget about you? I'm sorry. There you go. All right. No one's crashed yet. So we're going to shrink this down even more. This is where the solar system is now. Like, just in this tiny little bubble of activity. All right. Multiple planets orbits are kind of like getting manipulated all over the place because the different planets are getting so close to one another. But none of them have hit one another yet. Keep squeezing it. Everything's getting pretty red and inflamed. I don't even think I've had to move Mercury because it's been so close this whole time. Boom! We've got our very first explosion. There go the chunks. If you're wondering who it was out of all the planets, it was the largest one. It was Jupiter. I'm gonna keep things moving along here. Who's next? Kind of like a planetary Royal Rumble. See, Earth's trying to escape. It's a valiant attempt, too. It is almost out of there. Well, this looks cool. Pluto is desperately trying to leave. Pluto's like,
No, please!
Shut up. Get in there. It's hard to see exactly what's going on because there's so many fragments and particulates from Jupiter that have kind of just filled the entire area. All right, guys. Come on. We gotta finish this off. Time to get real close. There we go. Oh, yeah. There goes Saturn. I think Uranus is about to, whoa. I was gonna say, I think it was about to hit the sun, but maybe not. The sun is now a completely different color. That's probably bad for us. Juiced got lost in this traffic jam, too. Charisma score is still working. All the cool look that it had is gone, though. It's back to just being a barren rock of death. You can see him. It's doing a run straight for the sun. Charisma score is like, if my charisma score is now 0, there's no reason left to stay around. So, right into the sun. All right, there's 2 warriors, Mars and Uranus, the final 2. Okay, I'm gonna drag you guys further in. Here we go. I feel like Mars is gonna end up getting eaten by the sun just because its orbit is way more consistent than Uranus's. Somehow they're just living in harmony. You gotta be kidding me. Get in there. You too. Well, in the end, they both got so close that they were eaten by the sun. And now the sun is all that remains. And thus, you are the last awesome thing to look at. I was wrong.
Hi.
Uranus is still there. Oh, we shrunk down the solar system, and it turns out that Pluto actually looks awesome. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Universe Sandbox. The next time, stay foxy, much love.